All right,
And
we are live.
live. We are live. Anybody here yet? I can't see. I can't see. We put you back up here. Excuse me.
What's all this stuff over here on the right side? I can't see.
Anybody here but us? Here, here. Oh, what you? Never mind. Earth to Grand Madam. Earth to Grand Madam. Oh, I guess we have to wait for folks to come in. We've been here 37 seconds, y'all. Oh, I turned my phone off. Can you see us? There, we got. Hold on. Lauren has us live. We're here. We're here.
Yay!
Okay, I need to see. Let's see. Chat. Where's the chat at? Oh, hold on a second. Lauren must see the chat. Who just popped in? Hey, TT, how are you? Thank you for dropping in. Hello, collective. I don't understand your phone. That ain't it. I
Hi,
don't know.
TT.
Mhm.
TT. Oh, look, I can see people now.
Oh,
Okay.
you can see folks.
Don't mind me, TT. This is my first live. Okay.
Hello to the folks back there in the nosebleed seats.
Yay!
How are
Hello,
you?
everybody.
Yay.
Welcome. Come on in. Come on
Mhm,
in.
mhm. Right on time. That's good. We're just 5 minutes late. That's not too bad. Ha, hey, Cat. Harlem Cat's in the house.
Hello, Katina.
Mhm, mhm. Good. We're good, TT. We're waiting for a few more people to come in before we get started with the program. Okay.
And it's
Ah,
recording, right?
yes, we should be recording.
Okay.
I hope I'll be very upset if we're not. Well, what else is new? They can chat, but I can't. Well, where's go upstairs and get my tablet. It's upstairs on my shelf by my bed. I don't know why you can't chat. It'll be in your name though. Well, that's true. That's true. Then funny ass phones. Anyway, that's so we got 8 people in here. Okay. Give
All
me two
right.
more people. Just two more. Okay. And then we'll get the show rolling. Folks, Christine is a dear friend of mine. We met about blink years ago when the babies were babies. And she showed and she had her interest in astrology then. I was kind of tinkering around with tarot, but at that time we were working for an insurance company. It didn't get too much time to really
That's
indulge
true. Yep.
in our little hobbies. Yeah, but it was so weird because oh, and she was chanting too at the time. We had moved up into a brand new building, new office space, everything, and I came and sat there. She was already in her cubicle on one side, and I sat at the other, and we clicked just like that. It was weird. It was directed. It was directed. Us to meet like that was directed. Cosmo Kid, hello. That must be one of yours. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
One more, and then I'll behave myself. She looks at me like she knows me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what we're doing, this is going to be our first ever Cosmic Corner live with CNC. She's C, that's Christina. I'm C, even though you call me Grand Madam, I'm Carol with an E, okay? And we're going to be doing this once a month. And what Christina's going to do, she is going to be doing astrological readings, but not just your average astrological reading. She has something that's deeper. She go, hello, Gloria Dean. She calls it her cosmic astrology readings. And so I'm going to step back and let Christina explain to you just pretty much what her cosmic astrology readings are. What are they about? Okay, Chris, explain to the people.
Okay. Carol, as usual, you off script. You supposed to
Those are
you're
exams.
supposed to clear the air, like clear the with the breathing exercise to start us off. And then I can talk about my my astrology readings and I'll go right into the first one.
Oh, no, not yet. Okay,
Not yet?
not yet.
Okay.
I just want you to explain to them how you do your readings, and from there
Okay.
we'll get into the breathing.
All
And
right.
yes, that's a teaser.
Yes, Grand Madam. So I am Christina, and I've been, I'm a self-taught astrologer from high school, basically. I've been reading and doing charts professionally um, during my first Saturn return. And during that time when I was doing charts, I would just spend all my energy looking at charts. And so, those of you who are into astrology and you look at your charts, you know that you can look at your chart for a lifetimes, and still be learning something new. And I used to take forever, doing people's charts. And so, I got distracted and moved into accounting and then later teaching. But I was still always doing charts every once in a while, off and on. But then around my second Saturn return was when my guides came through very strongly and nudged me to center this work. And so what I did was I basically, once I connected with my guides, I said, I love doing this, but I just am exhausted from just pouring my heart out into looking at all the different details. I'm going to need some help. And so once I vocalize that and ask for the help, then I have guides and people on my team who help me to focus on what really the messages that I need to relate to people to help them move and ascend on their journey. And that's why I call it cosmic astrology, because I'm not looking at all the different details. I'm looking at the cosmic energy that tells the story of where the universe wants you to go in order to ascend. And when you start moving in that direction, then you help open the door for others to do the same, because it's all energy. And so there you are.
And on that note, I want us to get centered, calm down from our daily ruckus called life. We're going to do our breathing. We're going to breathe in through the nose to the count of 5, hold it for the count of 5, exhale through the mouth to the count of 5. We're going to do this 3 times, and then I'll take it from there. We're going to breathe normally, and then we're going to get into our sessions. So for right now, let's get ready. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Breathe in. 3, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 3, 4, 5. Breathe normally. The way the session works, folks, is that Christine is going to do a celebrity. Hey, KK, how are you? Linda, thank you for dropping by. Christine is going to do a celebrity reading, and then she's going to do 2 readings, 2 natal charts from 2 of the people within our mutual communities. This is going to be a monthly thing. So if you want to be a part of this, by all means, what you can do is you're going to send your birth date, birth location, and your birth time. That's critical, your birth time, to her on her email address. You can send it to starchildrising369@gmail.com. I'm going to have that in the description. If I can't, while she's talking, I might see if I can post it in here. If not, this is our Virgin voyage right about now. And we're dealing with 2 different systems. So trying to make them work in sync is a chore, but we're getting the hang of it right about now. Again, send it to Star Child Rising 369 at gmail.com. Now, where was I? In the event, we're going to go do 2 months. In the event we run out of time or we run out of people, just send in your information. If we don't pick you up the present month, it'll be the month after that. It'll be ongoing. It's a rolling list, okay? Um, let's see who's in the chat. Hi, Green Eyes. Thank you for popping in. Okay. Any troll alerts, I'll take care of. We're not going to bother with that energy tonight. Alrighty. Now, let's see what else we're supposed to go over. I think that's it. Let's see.
We can start?
Start by all means.
Okay. So the very first subscriber that we are going to spotlight today is Vaughn. Vaughn is a Scorpio born November 15th with a life path of 9. So the very first, so y'all say hello to Vaughn. I'm not sure if Vaughn could make it tonight, but this is for him, whether he's here tonight or whether he sees it later, and for all of you who could learn something from it. Okay. So say hello and please share your gratitude with him for allowing us to spotlight his chart. So the very first thing that I do when I look at a chart is I look at the south node and I look at the north node. Okay. The south node gives us an idea of some of the challenges and things that you have mastered in past life themes that you're bringing into this lifetime. The north node shows that it's kind of like your north star. The north node shows us where the universe wants you to direct your energy and intention towards in order to rise upward from within, and ascend. Your soul's journey ascension. Okay, so how you grow and evolve, you look to your north node. So in Vaughn's case, Vaughn's south node is in Leo and it is conjunct Chiron. Chiron represents your soul's deepest wound in your life's journey, right? So Chiron is right there on the south node and it's in his 11th house. So what does that mean? So basically, that means, and the themes of Vaughn's life for the past few lifetimes have been centered around him being sort of like a leader, a community leader, if you will. That's 11th house energy right there. Community leader, organizational leader, a leader of friend groups. That's 11th house too. And I'm also going to add relatives or people that he grew up with that he considers to be relatives or something of that nature, because directly across from his deepest wound, Chiron, is a very strong opposition down in his 4th house with very heavy planets like Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn in his 4th house. And 4th house represents your upbringing. It's your roots, it's your home life, right? And so because there is that direct connection there, I'm going to include that. So as a Leo leader, you were very radiant, you very charismatic, and you were well known, and people looked to you to help lead them and guide them in whatever the groups were doing, whether it be in life or whatever. And so with Chiron right there, it adds another dimension, a very painful dimension. And so it manifested something like this. You got to a point, Vaughn, where you were like, you know what? I only feel loved, for lack of a better word. I only feel validated. I only feel seen when I'm needed. In other words, for you to get in there and lift people's light up, it started becoming heavy because you felt that your actions were performative, because they only really called you when they needed you. And so this was very hurtful for you. So that's kind of like where your south node, your past lives, the energies, the themes that you're bringing into this lifetime. Now, the universe in this lifetime wants you to leave that behind, okay? And you are, for your growth and evolution, to move to the other side where your north node is, and it's in Aquarius in your fifth house. So, North Node and Aquarius in the fifth house is the universe saying to you, Vaughn, we want you to focus on joy. We want you to focus on fun. We want you to focus on creativity. We want you to focus on excitement. And with Aquarius there, we want you to focus on leading edge innovation. That's what you got there in your hobbies and things that put you in a zone. That's where you are to focus on, that leads to your growth and evolution. Now, so the nodes form a 180-degree angle. It's a straight line looking like this. And what happens with oppositions, when placements are in oppositions, the energy kind of like flows back and forth. So at times you're working on your hobbies, you're working on your joy, you're working on your creativity, your innovation, and you're in your zone. But at other times, you get pulled back by this 11th house drama, right? So it's kind of like seesawing back and forth, seesawing back and forth. And in your case, you have what's called a T square. And a T square is when you have your opposition, your south and north node, and you have another placement that forms a 90-degree angle to it, perpendicular. And in your case, that is your moon in Libra in the second house. So as the energy kind of goes back and forth, a T square is challenging energy. So it kind of rattles your moon, which is in the second house. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, you need to know that a moon in the second house is a pretty vulnerable place to be, because the second house is all about values. It's about your stuff. It's about external stuff like your money. So it's saying that with your moon there, and your moon is your emotional side, in order for you to feel emotionally satisfied and emotionally safe, you need your money right, right? You need your money there, and you need your stuff, possessions, that type of thing. And most importantly, you need the inner worth side of yourself to be strong. You need a strong self concept. And when a moon is dependent on that, your second house, it gets a little shaky, especially when your north and south node is kind of going back and forth. Because when it gets rattled, then in moon and Libra, it doesn't it's not like overly emotional like a water sign would be. Libra is air. So when moon in Libra gets rattled, it's more overthinking things. It's more indecisiveness, right? Because Libra always wants to do the right thing. It wants to balance things. So you kind of have back and forth energy conversations with yourself like, should I do this? No, no, I'm not going to do this. I should do this. Oh, no, no, no. I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'll do this. No, I'm not going to do this. You know what? I'm just going to go over here and deal with this 11th house drama to keep the peace, because I don't want to. I don't want to cause no problems. I just want to keep the peace. And so when the planets are moving around your chart and they're triggering this T square throughout your life, if your reaction to those triggers always take you back towards your past life, your south node, it starts to wear on you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, right? Because the universe is trying to guide you towards your north node, your north star. So astrologically, when we have this trigger of a T square, how do you balance the energy? How do you navigate it? So what we say is you channel the energy of the missing leg. And so the missing leg looks like this. So here's your T square here. So you have a point here, you have a point here, and you have your moon right here. The missing leg is the area on the other side, right? So the other side of your square. So the side on the other side of your moon is the sign Aries in the eighth house. So Aries in the eighth house energy feels a little like this. And this is what your guides, this is part of what your guides wanted me to focus on: three things. When you get triggered by some version of what I described, I don't know what it looks like in this lifetime, but when you get triggered by that kind of energy, you want to channel Aries and eighth house energy. So, what does that look like? Here's what
I
they
heard
want you to
that a
know.
little bit.
Very, the first thing is Aries will speak their truth. So they want you to speak your truth. You need to vocalize, to bring it up, to say your truth. You need to say something like, well, the truth is da 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 da, or I feel da 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 da. You need to speak your truth. So you are honoring the deepest part of your soul when you do this, and you are giving the people in your life the opportunity to honor your truth, right? So that's number one they want you to hear. Number two, they want you to hear is that you need to set up clear boundaries. And you may have tried to do this before. Set up boundaries like this is as far as I'm going to go. This is where I'm willing to go, but I'm not going to go any further than that. And then maybe your Libra moon kind of like, well, maybe this time I don't feel like dealing with that this time, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, right? You need to follow through on that. And it's very clear, your guides are very clear that you need to follow through on that, so you're honoring your soul, and you're also giving people the opportunity to honor your boundaries and honor your space and honor your truth. So it's not like you got to get rid of everybody who gets on your nerves. Some of the people are supposed to be in your life, but the ones who honor your truth and honor your boundaries are the ones who have meaning in your life and need to be there, because they can teach you something and you can teach them something, right? Now, hear this: the ones that don't honor it, right, no longer serve purpose in your life. The ones who don't honor it no longer serve purpose in your life, and that includes family. Okay. I want that said. Okay. And then the last thing, people who have Aries in the eighth house usually have the gift of being able to, when they're active, because Aries is a very active sign. When they're active, they have the opportunity of having downloads of divine energy to give them clues on how to move towards how to flow towards their mission, their life's mission, their north node. So active, like you'll hear about it, like some people who jog, anything that you're doing active, that they get the best ideas when they're jogging or when they're doing something active like boxing, working out, that type of thing. Even zoning into like active music or something, you'll get some ideas and it'll be like, oh, wait a minute, you know, and it'll help you move towards your North Star. Okay. The next part is, and this is the part that made it clear to me why you and Katina, who we'll talk about later, who will spotlight later in the show, have been chosen to for me to focus on in this session, this first one, to kick it off. So right now, Pluto, the planet, the powerful planet of power and transformation, is moving around like all the other planets, right? But Pluto moves very slowly. Pluto takes 248 years, 248 years to make a revolution, right? So right now, Pluto, transiting Pluto, is sitting conjunct to your North Node in Aquarius, your North Star. Pluto is putting its take no prisoners energy right on your North Star. So, to give you an idea of how Pluto works, they wanted me to talk about how that same position, Aquarius at 0 degrees, that you have your North Node in, my Mercury is at Aquarius at 0 degrees, but it's Mercury, the planet of communication, how I express, that type of thing, how I think, is in my 12th house. And so 2 years ago, when Pluto started getting close enough to have an impact on whatever it touches, 2 years ago, I started my inner journey within by meditating every day and journaling about it. And once I started doing that, I know that my thinking, how I express, how I receive information has been transformed, and got a long way to go, but I still feel that it's been transformed, and it's helped me to kind of heal and purge some energy that needed to be purged. And as a result, I was able to meet my guides finally. I never knew who they were. I was able to meet my spirit team. I was able to start getting messages and some guidance on how to move and center this work that I do. And over the past 2 years, I have birthed 9 books in 2 years. That's communication through writing, right? I never knew I was a writer. So they want you to think about, Vaughn, over the past 2 years when Pluto was in range of your North Node in Aquarius, when times were tumultuous, when times were painful, because those times were the times where you were kind of sliding back into past life themes, right? And then focus on during the last 2 years, when you have felt joy and excitement and feeling like you were in a zone and feeling like, it might have been a quirky idea, it might have been out of the box, but it keeps kind of coming back to you. That's the power of Pluto. When you set your intention on it, when you acknowledge it, whatever it is, there it is. There it is. And so it is when you focus on that energy, whatever that is, because you will know over the past 2 years when you look at it, that's when you will start to see the universe start to support you in ways that you can't even imagine. And so, y'all give Vaughn some acknowledgement and encouragement as I turn it over to Grand Madam to share her sacred cards and see what she gets out of this situation with Vaughn. Thank you, Vaughn.
Hey, Vaughn, this is Grand Madam. You can call me Carol if you wish. Oops, I just dropped myself. I don't know how I did that. I just dropped myself right on off the screen. This is a Virgin Voyage, though. Looking at your cards, yes, I shuffled and I dealt as Christine was talking. You seem to be in some sort of an impasse. Right now, the number 2 is dominant in your reading. You have the 2 of Swords. This is the impasse. You have the 2 of Cups, which deals with contracts and relationships. And you also have a decision to make with the 2 of Wands here. Now, what you're dealing with, I'm not sure if you're just stopping yourself or you just refuse to deal with a certain situation, like I'll deal with that later, but not right now. I'll deal with that later, but not right now. And in doing that, I think what is happening with you is that you're going through a major life transformation, okay? With the Ace of Cups, we're talking emotions. With the Ace of Pentacles, we're talking lifestyle. We could be talking money too. But the situation that you're dealing with right about now, I do believe it has to do something with contracts or relationships, okay? This is not anything happening to you, it's happening for you because it's going to be building strength for you, okay? And let's keep on going here. You really want to move forward like a chariot and have your emotions all reined in, but like I said, you're stuck and you don't know how to get out. What I would suggest, would you just stand still for a bit and just do some deep breathing? Not necessarily right now, but whenever you feel like you just want to do something and you don't know what it is yet, but you know you want to do something, just be still. Be still. Because there seems to be a feeling of waiting for something to come in. This is the Three of Wands. It's almost like when my ships come in, I'm going to do this. Or when something happens and I'll be free enough to do this. But in the meantime, no, that's not going to work either. Because what you're experiencing is whatever it's going to take to make you see things differently. Okay, that was the Hanged Man. All right. We do have a Queen of Wands who is, it could be a person, it could be an energy. This is the type of energy that is going to get what they want when they want and how they want it, regardless of who's involved. Okay. Very charming, very loving, very hell bent and determined. Also, that's the energy there. We also have the mental challenge of a separation. The Three of Swords is like a heartbreak, and that's no fun. But the cards are still saying, as I said before, regardless as to how you're feeling about trying to move on and being stuck, take your time and slow it down, because there seems to be, I truly think control is the issue. I really do. And you can't control everybody, you can't control everything. It might just be a time for you to just chill with some friends and just put certain, maybe it's a good idea to put certain things out of your mind right about now and just have a good time, or just to be by yourself, play some good old music and throw back some whiskey or whatever turns you on when you are alone and you want to enjoy your own company. Because what it's coming out to is that you have a decision that's going to be needed to, you're going to have to make this decision one way or another. And whichever way you go, there still might be a little bit of conflict there, but you have to put yourself first. Okay. And that is my reading. It is complete for you. How do you like these readings, Vaughn? I'm going to have to. Vaughn, what you think? While we're waiting for that, in the meantime, are you asking me?
Commercial
No.
break.
There is a commercial break. Be right back. Okay. What we're going to be talking about. Oh, you like? Okay, he said he loved the reading. Thank you,
Yeah,
Vaughn. Thank
great.
you. In the meantime, we're going to take a commercial break. Yeah, we're going to save this image and we're going to pop up with Christine's. She is offering classes. She is offering the first cosmic class number 1 is about zodiac signs. Cosmic class number 2, ascension aspects. And cosmic class number 3 is honorary house. I never could say that word, Chris. The houses. Okay. You can find all 3 of these books on Amazon.com. And I'm quite sure they're going to be, I'm sorry, I said you can find all 3 of these books. These are her classes. You can find her classes and sign up for them at starchildrising.com. And you can
Those
find,
are, let me just say, Carol, the classes are pre-recorded. So they're just
oh,
ready for you to purchase if you want. And what they do is they break down my very first book, which is kind of like a astrology 101, the fundamentals. So I broke down the book into 3 sections for classes that are pre-recorded that you could listen to at your leisure. And it'll help you follow along as we continue these astrological spotlights, because I'm going to be using vocabulary that I'm not going to have time to explain, but that you can pick up and to get the fundamental vocabulary and things of that nature to help you understand the readings um, that we'll be sharing. Okay.
don't forget your books. Your
Oh,
books.
and then so that was my first book, and then I also have 3 other astrology books, and one is on cosmic tranquility, the one on the left, and that's all about your healing journey. That's when you'll learn about Chiron and its impact in different houses, and also Vision of Love, where I will focus on synastry charts and composite charts. And then finally, the last book that I focus on are rising signs and life path numbers. So pick them up.
Okay. And with that, it's my turn. Let me add to my
Yes.
stage. I kid you not, folks. I have finished the book, but it is not ready to launch, Chanting for Dollars. And what is amazing, I need to write some type of addendum to it because everything I have written in this book has come to pass and kicked me in my hind parts. Okay. And I am literally being forced to put into practice. Well, I did it before that, whenever I need dollars at Stream Brazil or whatever it is. Now it's do or die, and it is working. So by all means, I will let you know when the launch is, what the launch date is for Chanting for Dollars. I'm going to be a walking, talking testimony to it really works. And what can I say? What can I say? It will be on Amazon, Kindle. It'll be in the format of a ebook, and it'll also be paperback. Okay. And let's see, from that point on, let me go back to me, come back to us. Here we are. What am I supposed to say? Oh, okay. Well, as we mentioned, this is going to be a monthly thing that we'll be doing a spotlight on the well-known souls whose birth dates fall within certain months. Someone whose time of birth is well documented so that we can actually explore their chart for in-depth information. Well, for August, we're beginning with the incomparable Whitney Houston. So let's start her natal chart. Chris?
Okay, so Whitney Houston. So let me just preface this by saying that Whitney Houston was born on August 9th, and she has a life path of 9. One of the things when I started 2 years ago, I started on TikTok and Instagram, no longer Instagram because they don't let me, but on TikTok, I started doing birthday shout outs for well known folks, whether they were with us or not, or in spirit. And what I would do is I would go within and energetically ask for permission if they were okay with me spotlighting them, honoring them on their birthday. And so one of the folks that I approached was Whitney Houston, and she was okay with it. She was okay. And then later, when I wrote my book, Vision of Love, I spotlighted some celebrity profiles, relationships, and Whitney and Bobby Brown was one of them that I wanted to spotlight. So I connected with them energetically to ask if that was okay, and that was okay with them. And so when we were doing this live, when we were planning this live, I wanted to choose for this year, for August, I wanted to choose Whitney because she was born on August 9th. So I reached out to her again to make sure, she was okay, feeling like, yeah, well, she's been okay all this other time. She will be. And she kind of, it was yes, but she was hesitant. I could feel she was hesitant. And I was like, what's that all about? So she said energetically, she did not want this to be about sensationalism, because so much in the media is about that. She did not want for us to focus on that. And so that message was heard loud and clear. And then, like a bell, I felt what she was saying to me was to keep it classy. And I knew that was her because I don't say that, not that I'm not classy, right? But it's just not something that I say. So we got to keep it classy. And on that note, I want you to know that I'm no medium, but I can connect energetically with my guides and others when I intentionally focus. And so I want you to know that we're not alone. My guides are here, and so are yours. There's a reason for us all being together. And so I just want to take this second before I get into Whitney's chart to have you all close your eyes as we honor our guides that are with us and travel with us and walk with us, because we all feel their presence from time to time. So just close your eyes as I introduce you to the sound of my Isis sistrum. Okay. In Whitney's chart, she, like I said, is a life path of 9. And so am I. And I used to think, I'm not a numerologist. If there's any numerologists on here, you can pipe in. But I used to think that when people had a life path of 9, like me, that, we were old souls with lifetimes of experience, and we would probably just be able to relax, exhale, and, simply share the wise advice that we picked up, throughout all the different cycles. But no, no, it's not like that at all. When you get to your ninth life path, you're ending the cycle, and there's a lot that you've been holding on to that you need to release. So there's a lot that you have to release and get done before you end that cycle. And so it's not an easy lifetime at all. There's a lot to learn and a lot to release, intense emotional lessons, albeit transformative. All right, so just a few things that I just want to capitalize on that you might find interesting with Whitney's chart. Her south node is in Capricorn in the 11th house, and her north node is in Cancer in the 5th house. So we have that 11th, 5th house polar activity, kind of like with Vaughn, where this is a story of someone's soul shifting because it's in Capricorn and they want you to go to Cancer, soul shifting from duty to joy, right? So, from the lifetimes, past lifetimes, Whitney's life themes were about structure, discipline, old school tradition, rules, responsibility, all hard work and business. Think Arista Records, So, when she's kind of going through all of that, that's kind of like past life energy. Creatively, the universe wanted her to move towards her joy, her 5th house in Cancer, which is a very loving sign, and so and emotional feeling sign, right? So, um, think of joy, creativity, create from the heart, being heart centered, nurturing, healing, inner child, that type of thing, everything that has to do with the 5th house. And so, what comes to mind for me is, for those of you who follow Whitney's music, think about like in the 90s when she started taking more control of her music and the videos that she made, like my name is not Susan. And when you look at those videos, you could tell she was having so much fun doing it. She was dressed like authentically like herself, that type of thing, and having a lot of fun with it. And so that was kind of evidence of her kind of moving that energy towards her 5th house of joy. um, Another thing that pops out that you might be interested in for Whitney, she had a Pisces rising, and her rising sign, right smack dab on top of it, was Chiron, her most deepest soul wound, right? And so, since it's right there on the ascendant, it just means that she had a lot of pain around her identity, about feeling and living authentically. And, she was known to say, can I be me? You know, can I just be me? That type of thing, because there was a lot of pain associated with when she tried to be authentic, right? And so you can kind of see it when she's one of the things that stands out to me, when she used to be out with Bobby Brown, and they'd be out in the crowd or whatever, and Bobby was always like, hey, what's up, yeah, yeah, and Whitney was kind of like looking at people side-eyed, like, I don't know you. Stay out my business. She was kind of like secretive. That's kind of like where Pisces at, trying to feel out if she could be authentic around you or not, because she was not one to be phony. Okay. And her ascendant conjunct Chiron, her deepest wound, was directly opposed to some very strong Virgo energy in Mercury, Uranus, and Pluto. So those of you who understand a little bit about astrology, Mercury, the planet of expression, your mind; Uranus, unpredictable. You never knew what was going to come out of Whitney's mouth. And Pluto was a lot of power behind it. So what comes to mind when that opposition was triggered was that time when, well, one time when Wendy Williams was talking stuff about her on her radio show, and it triggered Whitney, and Whitney called in to confront her. If you know what I'm getting ready to say, and if you saw this, chime in the comments, right? Because you know what I'm getting ready to say.
Pull it up.
So she went on the show to light Wendy Williams up, and light her up she did. She was triggered and quick to respond. And in her Aries moon energy, she
Ooh.
spoke her truth, right? And so if you saw it, you know, she was hot and honest. And the average person would have crumbled, but Wendy Williams, to her defense, she held her own. She holds her own, definitely. But that was an example of Whitney's boss, Leo sun, Aries moon energy in action. Okay, so we all know that Whitney had her struggles, and that is definitely due to a lot of pressure on her Scorpio Neptune. Okay, involved in a T square, and when Neptune is kind of under pressure, the lower frequency of Neptune can kind of lead you to confusion, illusion, drugs, escapism, that type of thing. But she also had two grand trines, and grand trines are when you have all elements in 120 degrees together in a very harmonious, energetic impact on you. And she had two of them, and they're not common. So to have two of them were amazing in helping her in a water grand trine to help with her healing and to help her heal others. If you know about her music, then you know that she healed millions of people and continue to do so with her music and her voice. And then that fire grand trine, um, to give her passion, creativity, divine purpose. And also the water grand trine was, everybody knows how spiritual she was. And those trines um, really supported her and kept her spiritual energy very strong. Okay. So those two trines made her light magnetic to Whitney with love. I hope I kept it classy, and job well done. Thank you so much, Whitney. And so I'm going to turn it over to Grand Madam so she could give us a reading on what she sees with Whitney. And remember, keep it classy.
If not, she's gonna be on my case.
You
First of
know how
all,
you like to get into that juicy gossip.
oh no, I'm not that now. This is a little bit much here. Um, First and foremost, folks. Oops, that's me. I want to see trying to get me up in here. Come on back here. Um, like I said, maiden voyage. You'll get the hang of this thing yet eventually. Um, Hello, where am I? Okay. The thing about I don't know how I got you up there, Chris. Let me just put both of us up here. There. Maybe that's what we're supposed to. Anyway, even when you have gone to the other side, if you have not completed your mission here, which is what your astrological chart is showing you, you continue it over on the other side. And oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Whitney. I am so sorry. Forgive me for being so out of character. um, so when you cross over, you take some of your stuff with you. Okay. And there was a bit of a battle, an internal battle Whitney had. And I do beware, everybody knew about the addictions, okay? But there was also something that was much deeper with the eternal battle. Yes, and she would come for you if you came the wrong way. Yeah, well, okay, that makes sense to me. But also, she was a seeker of truth, Ace of Swords, so that she could create the lifestyle that she wanted to. But she wasn't allowed. I'll put it to you like that. She just was not allowed. And that created an imbalance within her. And so happiness was like way over there somewhere. And it took her a while, if she ever, yeah, if she ever got to be actually happy, okay, with that beautiful voice and that those beautiful talents that she had. Um, a soul searcher, as I said before, this is a page of swords, seeker of truth, and finding her truth, her own personal truth, was her challenge. She was a sweetheart when she wanted to be Queen of Cups. She kept a lot of things internal. And it was like it was always a fight going on. This is within. Um, Relationships were always a top concern. And I do believe that was part of the problem. Decisions, business took over a lot of her life. Business decisions, talent decisions, priorities were a problem because she wanted to be here with her loved ones, but this took over everything. This is the merchant. This is the sales. Okay. This is her business, the business of being Whitney Houston. And what can I say? Right now, she's ready to, from her perspective, right about now, help me with this, Whitney. There are a lot of things that to this day, even with her on the other side, are still something she don't have to come clean with anybody about, maybe but herself. Okay. And that zaps her strength, it zaps her energy. Yeah, we all know about the parties and all that, and Clive Davis. Oh, yeah, Whitney. Have you seen Clive since you've been over there? No. Okay. How things kept her. She wanted to do some things, and it was like everywhere she turned, she was prevented from doing what she wanted to do, especially with her talent, especially with her singing. And things got to be so crazy that I don't know who these people are in that music industry. They came down on her so hard, it was scary. Yeah, and they may have had. Did they have anything to do with your passing? Yeah, allegedly, entertainment purposes only. When she would get out of control, things got ugly. Things got ugly. And that was the big secret right about now. And that was her burden. But Whitney, now you can do whatever it is you want to do and take it from there. Right now, your purpose is something a little bit different, but you can still influence and protect others coming up like you did. And you should be, or if you're not already singing with the angels, what's the holdup, dear? That's right. She said, there is no holdup. She getting testy. What would, you, what would you like for me to tell the people, your fans? Yeah, you know I'm one. It's all right. It is okay. I know, beautiful one. I know, you're beautiful soul. And about all that love that's you that you still don't trust. All right, now that's enough. Okay. 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 You want me to stop here, dear? I have to stop here. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here. So you know, all you have to do is think it, and it is so, Whitney. And it is so. Okay. All right. I'll shut it up. Okay. Okay. So that was an experience with Whitney Houston. Okay. Did I keep it classy enough for you, my dear? Yes, you did. Okay. I did. I do medium work sometimes too. But anyway. Um, well, what did you think, folks? Tell me how you liked it. Mhm. What do you think? Are you enjoying this? Give us some feedback. Talk to us. Talk to us. What do you think of this so far? I got hearts from Khadijah. We got hearts. Look, she said, yeah. Oh, that's who That's who that is. That is. Harlem Cat is sitting in the slope. Yo, what, while we doing this?
Khadijah, are you the Khadijah who gave me your birth information?
What are you doing about?
Somebody named Khadijah is coming up next month. So
Okay.
all right, let's do the giveaways now.
Okay, let's do the giveaway. Okay. She's happy about the giveaways. You want to tell them what your? Oh no, I'm supposed to tell them what your giveaways are. She is giving away a recording of the sun and moon combination of the what, grandmother, of your sun and your moon combination on tape or on recorded, that breaks down. Yes, she said that's Khadijah. That breaks down pretty much what you do, why you do it, and your motivation behind it. It's a 15-minute, it's a meditation, affirmation type thing. And folks, I had to turn mine off midway because, oh, that's you talking too much now, Christine.
Was an affirmation. So the first three people to email me their sun and moon position. If you don't know it, just give me your birth information and I will send it to you free of charge. It's $24.99 on the website. But we're kicking this off, and I'm going to do this every time. I'll give it to you free of charge. It's a nice way to wake up in the morning to play it. And first three that email me your information, I will send it right back to you. It's ready to go. Be popped in.
And that's
What's
something
your giveaway,
I had to take a
Grand
long
Madam?
time to think about that. I really did. And you know what I came up with, y'all? I will answer one question with a 3-card pull, provided you email me the question, and one simple question. Okay. And I will email my answer back to you. Okay. Uh, my address, you have my address, csmithray@76@gmail.com. Let me pop it in here for you. And I'll give it to you. You'll get it back in within a week. Now I'm going to do this for the first three. I cannot do it for everybody. There's 7,000 people in this group. Okay, so that's too dang on many people. So for the first three that come, I am going to answer your questions with a 3-card pull.
Okay,
And
can you type my email in there
wait,
too? I don't know how to comment.
oh,
So,
okay.
thank you.
I'm not sure you can on the. We're going to figure this whole thing out, y'all.
Thank you,
This
Linda.
this is Grand Madam, and this is Star Child Rising. Okay. Hello. Oh, there we are. Okay. That's how you reach us. Okay. Okay. And we are most appreciative of the generous donations you may bless us with. And we have our cash apps right by our names. I said I was going to plug that too. Yes. Yes, that would be a great idea. Especially it's time for some wine. So by all means, shoot us, shoot us a donation here. Let's see what else we're going to do. Oh, wait, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Coming up next, we are going to get a natal chart reading, cosmic reading regarding one of our own, Harlem Cat. Okay. And I'm passing it right back to Christina. Okay, go
All
for it, Christina.
right. All right. So our second subscriber that we're going to spotlight today is Katina, Virgo, born on August 20th with a life path of 3. Katina will be celebrating, well, she's probably already celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So y'all say hi to Katina and happy birthday to her and thank her for allowing us to spotlight her chart today so we can all learn and all of that from it. All right. So the first thing that stood out to me when I looked at your chart, Katina, was that you have 3, count them, 3 T squares. Okay. Now, I've said earlier that T squares are kind of like gifts because they give up their tension and stress, and they're challenging, but they allow us the opportunity to get our attention on what we can work on, what needs to be adjusted for us to move towards our North Star. And so for you to have 3 of them, and you set this up. So for you to have 3 of them, I can safely say beyond a shadow of a doubt that your life is not boring nor uneventful. It is on and popping in Katina's life for sure. The second thing that I noticed is, and pleased to see that you are emotionally and physically powerfully grounded, right? And so you have a moon and Mars conjunct in Taurus, right? And and so despite you bringing in and having high objectives when you came into this lifetime, you came prepared. And with the moon in Taurus being kind of like the heartbeat of your chart, it drives the chart because your rising sign is in Cancer, and the the planet that rules Cancer is Moon, and Moon is in Taurus, and that's a very powerful position. So I will make a prediction by saying, this is after I looked at the rest of your chart though, but I will make a prediction that what you said you wanted to accomplish in this lifetime, you will. All right. And then the next thing is that the powerful Pluto that I was talking about earlier, sitting on Bond's North Star and sitting on my Mercury, is making a powerful transit in your chart now. And there's no coincidence about it that 248 years, it's right at a very pivotal point in your chart. And so we'll talk about that. Take you back to the the south node is conjunct Saturn. So Saturn, the planet of Saturn, discipline, deep karma, is sitting on your south node in Cancer in the 12th house. Yikes. That is some very powerful energy. So what does that mean? That means that it means that you have had many lifetimes spent as the emotional anchor of your family, right? You're the healer, you're the rescuer, you're the one who carried everybody's pain. It's like you had inherited this role and you have played it over and over and over again, and it's generations on, and it has to do with your mom, your maternal side, because Cancer is moon represents kind of like your mom. So I'm saying that generations of your family, women of your family, have had this deep um a cycle of emotional trauma that has been going on for a while. And for you, you have played the role of being the healer and carried all that weight on you. So much so, there have been lifetimes where you kind of like drowned yourself in it because it was hard. You were so deep in it, it was hard to separate from that. And so this time around, however, you are meant to break that cycle. You're the one. You're the one who was meant to break that cycle, not just for you, but for your family and for the future relatives ahead of you. Okay, so that's kind of like the past, that the themes that have been dealing with, and then you have brought some of that into your life in this lifetime. Now, in this lifetime, your north node is across your chart in the 6th house in Capricorn. Capricorn is a strong sign, right? And then you couple it with your the strength and power of your moon and your Mars, your action and your emotional side. It's very powerful indeed. And sitting on top of your north node is Lilith, and Lilith is powerful. It's all about reclaiming your sovereignty, your authority, your power. Okay. And when it's in Capricorn, it's about reclaiming your power, your sovereignty, your authority, creating by creating order. That's what Capricorn does, creating boundaries and mastering your daily life, which will help to heal and help you to leverage. This is what your guides want you to hear, help you leverage your extreme compassion that you have for people. If you're not in the healing industry, I would be very surprised. If you're not like a teacher, a nurse, a caretaker or something like that, because it's so strong in your chart. And then you have a Cancer rising. But if not, I would say the people around you, um, you nurture, you do very well, and that people seek you out. Um, um, but they want you to leverage your compassion and your empathy and the experience and knowledge that you have of all these lifetimes of working with it to build. That's what Capricorn does, to build and design systems and structures of empowerment, so you can help others to walk on their own and discover their power.
She had a headache.
That's what that's about. Okay. And so it's first for you to free yourself, and then you start working on building systems to do that for others to walk on their own. So your North and South node form a T square with your Venus and Pluto, and
Mhm.
Venus and Pluto are conjunct in Libra in the fourth house. So when this energy kind of teeters back and forth, because with the moon and Taurus, I already know, I can pretty much bet on it, that you already have been working on that type of building, that type of structure somewhere. It might be in your mind or somewhere. There are times when you've been moving in that direction and times where you kind of get pulled back. Well, when the energy goes back and forth, you rattle your Venus conjunct Pluto, which is in your fourth house of home. So it's on the home front. It's on how you were raised, your childhood, that type of thing. And so Venus and Pluto there, conjunct Pluto, means that there's powerful love there, almost like overwhelming love, almost like devotional love. With Libra there could be signs of codependency there. There could be signs of, with Pluto there could be signs of emotional kind of like manipulation at times, or controlling type of behavior, or feelings of guilt, like I can't um I have to do this. I don't know why, but I have to do this. And you want to save people, right? But your goal in this lifetime is to lead without sacrificing yourself, lead in strength. Okay, that's why Lilith is there. All right, so in this T square, how do you move? How do you navigate this T square when your square is Venus and Pluto in your fourth house? On the other side is Aries. Here we go again with that kick-ass energy, Aries in the 10th house. So Aries in the 10th house says this is uh, courageous, bodacious energy on entering visibility, the public arena, whether it be in your career or whether it be with Aries. I would think it was more entrepreneurship or something like that, to take to when there are opportunities that come your way, to move and lift that energy upward to a higher level of responsibility. Take it. Okay, so that's what how they're saying to kind of soothe that energy and move, kind of break free from some of this past life kind of trauma that keeps pulling you back to rescue people. Now, the thing is, though, in your 10th house, you have Chiron sitting right there. And Chiron, again, is your deepest wound. And Chiron in Aries in the 10th house says, you know what? Out of all these lifetimes that I've been doing things, I may have tried to do that. I may have pushed to do that, but I've been rejected. I've been hurt. And I don't know. I'm scared of being, I don't know if I can do it on my own, that type of thing. Or more so, it's, I don't know how I'll be seen by the people that I feel like I'm contracted. It's an unspoken contract to help and save. Maybe I'll be seen as like trying to do too much. And should I? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. You should. And so right now, Jupiter is your Jupiter is having Pluto right on top of it. So your Jupiter is in Aquarius in the 8th house, and Pluto is sitting on your Jupiter or next to it. And for the past couple of years, like I said with Vaughn, for the past couple of years, you've been feeling that pressure. You've been feeling that pressure to go within. I don't know if you want to know, to go deeper within, like maybe more curious about astrology, maybe more curious about metaphysical stuff, wanting to learn and go within. It's been pulling you that way. And it opposes your Mercury in Leo in the 2nd house. So they want you to hear this. So when Pluto is on top of pushing all that power and transformation on your 8th house, it is bringing your wanting to and your talent of communication, whether it's writing, whether it's speaking, you somehow have opportunities to speak your truth, because the number 3 life path, which you are, is the truth teller. That's the life path of a number 3. You're the truth teller. So you are to use your voice, okay? And it's all surrounding about building systems of empowerment to, in some way, speak your truth and help others to walk on their own. So it might be through teaching, it might be through writing. I'm feeling like podcasts or speaking or coaching or workshops, or even writing policy or something of that nature that helps to build these structures and systems of empowerment for others, right? So that's kind of like your mission. That's kind of like the gist of your mission. And you can look over the past 2 years to get a better feel of what that is. Now, once you acknowledge it and once you move your energy towards that North House vision, you will start to see in a big way, with Pluto on top of Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, in the 8th house of resources. So I'm talking like money, 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 money. You know what I'm saying? So when that starts rolling in, when the universe starts like helping you out with resources, not just money, get money. You think about CNC now when you get that money, but also through other resources like other people and opportunities for you to build, whether it's a business or whatever the ideas that you have kind of cooking in your mind, especially noticeable in the past 2 years. And so it is. I will now turn it over to Grand Madam so you can give your sacred cards an opportunity to speak to Katima. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
Katima.
you, Chris.
And
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Kat. Now, Kat, it was so interesting that Christine talked about your empowerment, because one of your biggest challenges is you cannot see yourself as the goddess that you are. I will say this to you, my dear. If the word goddess bothers you, take on the empress. You are not seeing yourself within the great light that you exist. You are so much greater than that. I'm not saying it to be arrogant. I'm saying it to understand your own energy. You're larger than life, and you should show it. And she's also absolutely beautiful, Chris, without makeup. Okay. And you should show it. You should show it. That falls, this is, and this fell into your mental challenge right now. See yourself as the empress you are. Okay. And also watch that diet. Okay. Moving right along to the next thing. You're still a little shaken by the manipulation that you had dealt with previously. That still bothers you. And you okay over here? I have Lauren over here, y'all. She's just co-piloting right now. Um, that type of manipulation and all the crazy stuff that experience people are experiencing on the job seems to be the new normal. Okay. So what can I say? Take it in stride, says the Temperance card. You have six major arcana cards. Take this in stride and ground yourself because this means major life change. Now, um, we have the Empress, we have the Emperor. That's you're controlling your environment. We have your need for patience and trying to blend and balance maybe two unlike areas of your life. We also have the Judgment call. There's a decision that has to be made. I'm running out of hands. We have, now we also have things. In this case, the devil is Capricorn energy. That's your business sense. Okay. We also have, I don't know if you're getting ready to sue somebody or this justice card is just out for you to balance your business skills with something new and different. And it's interesting. Chris mentioned your maternal side, your Cancer side, you're giving your nurturing side. That's something different that you haven't done before, I don't believe. That would be something interesting to look into. In the chat, you said you were thinking more of going nonprofit, looking for positions in nonprofit. That would be perfect. That sounds perfect. It sounds
Do it.
perfect.
Do it.
Because look, here you are, right on top of these two. Now, keep in mind, in this case, the devil is Capricorn energy, business. Right on top of trying to strike a balance, the justice balance, the scales, that's also balance. You have the nurturing queen, a queen of cups. No one is more maternal. She is the part of the mother. Okay. That would be perfect for you. Now, where else? I know you're feeling overburdened right now. Oh, yeah, I understand the heavy burden. You're still looking for answers. There is an agency I think you need to check out also. They may be, I think they're looking, I don't know if they're looking for a researcher or somebody in marketing, somebody with your skills. This is the Page of Swords. That might be helpful in your search to come up with something where you can make some money at. Also, I have foreigners coming by air to visit you. Between their visit, and they're sitting right on top of here, the Capricorn thing, and also judgment, decisions to be made. Those folks who are coming to see you very, very well may have some kind of, I don't know if it's information. I don't know if they're going to work on your nerves to that point where you'll finally create something for yourself, like your own business. It's something about their energy that is going to make the light bulb go off. And here you come up with something new and innovative. I don't know what it is, but it definitely has something to do with the foreign influence that's coming to see you soon. Okay. Um, New money is in the wind, along with this is the Ace of Pentacles, along with a whole new lifestyle. You'll keep what you have now, but you're going to be building uh, something different, something different. So ground yourself, take a deep breath, listen to my mantras, and just keep yourself centered and not worrying. Stop the worrying. Or maybe allow yourself to worry for 5 minutes a day and then that's it. Because as you worry, you're blocking out ideas that can create opportunities. You're going to be creating an opportunity for yourself. You're going to be creating several opportunities for yourself. and explore each and every one of them. Okay. Let's see what else is going on around here. Oh, I'm so we already did temperance. That's going to be take your time. This is taking your time. Even the temperance card is showing that you're going to be blending two different sets of something to create a third set, a third thing. You could be creating your business skills, mixing them with your nurturing skills, and create something like that. You could create your own nonprofit. And that's it for me. I do. Oh, something here. Eight of wands. Check social media. And you may also be, if you're not doing any flying, something is coming by air. That means it's in the social media, it's in the world of ideas again. But it's also something that you can be very passionate about. Okay. And it can also say things will be happening rapidly. Okay, for you. So just, oh, there is an announcement that is coming. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. You're gobsmacked. Yeah. Okay. Well, just sleep on it. Don't. Thank you, Kat. Just sleep on it. Just sleep on it. You don't have to do anything tonight. Just sleep on it. And
It's a
I think.
very powerful, it's a very, very powerful transit,
Mhm.
Katina. So I would say if you've been thinking about that nonprofit, go for it, man. The universe is going to come and you're going to get so much support. You'll see it'll start to flow, and that'll take your focus off of kind of being dragged back into that past life drama, because it's time for you to claim your sovereignty. It's time for you. That's how you can best serve others, by taking care of yourself, claiming your sovereignty, and helping others to walk on their own, right? So you got a lot of power and a lot of expansion and growth opportunities right now. This is the time. Yep. That's why you're here tonight. Yep. Happy
Okay.
birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
birthday. I'm so happy for you.
birthday. We have about 5 minutes. Would you like us for us to sing to you tonight, girl? Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
T Standing Eagle just came in when we were on our way out. I'm glad you're here, T, though. I
I
wish you,
really enjoyed this. I need you to teach me, Carol, how to do a comment. I don't know how to where to go to comment. People have been I don't know how to do that, but I'll
I
learn that
think
for
we're
the
going to,
next show. I'll
yeah,
learn that
yeah,
for the next
because
show.
this has been our maiden voyage, and we're working with two different platforms at the same time right here, which can be challenging. But I think what we're going to have to do is basically switch off each month. I got it this month, you take it next month, and that kind of thing. Until we figure this out, because it was we did this on our own. We did this on our own. We did this
Yay.
on our own. Hey. And on that note, okay, I hope you enjoyed us this evening. I am C and
It
she
was
is C.
fun. It was fun.
Mhm, I enjoyed this. Okay? That yeah, where we post. Okay, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And so, like I said, I'm Carol, and this is Christina, and we are Cosmic Corner with CNC. We'll let you know when we're going to do this again. Okay?
Love and light to you.
Love and light. And now we're going to end stream. We're not
Okay.
ending.